Erving Goffman is considered by many to be the most influential American sociologist of the 20th century. He is well known for his study of interactions using dramaturgical analysis, which focuses on interactions under the precursor of them being performances. Peter Weir's 1998 dramatic comedy film The Truman Show is an excellent example of these interactions. The Truman Show focuses on the life of Truman Burbank, the unwitting star of a reality show that follows him in his everyday life. The film is ripe with fascinating and entertaining examples of Goffman's theories, which give insight into both the narrative and the performance of the actors. Fabrication was a part of Goffman's theory on the concept of frame analysis. Frames are social constructions that allow people to organize and interpret society. Fabrication followed the notion of one or more people falsifying experiences of others to deceive their interpretation of the frame, thus controlling or changing their thoughts and behaviors. The entire premise of The Truman Show is based on fabrication, as Truman's entire perception of reality is fabricated and controlled by his family, friends, neighbors, and colleagues. They aim to make him think his life is real, and also to keep it entertaining for viewers. To do this, the actors and showrunners fabricate his reality in certain ways to keep him blissfully unaware of the truth. As they need to keep him in the fictional town of Sea Haven to maintain the ruse, they have to dissuade Truman from seeking to fulfill his dreams of exploring the world. They first do this by trying to instill Truman with the fear of travel. When he is a boy, they make him believe that his father drowned in a boating accident, with Truman's insistence to stay out longer being the primary cause for his death. This makes Truman associate travel with both fear and guilt, which stays with him for the majority of his life. A foreboding picture of an airplane and a travel agency, and a sunken dinghy boat by the ferry are strategically placed to remind Truman of the dangers of travel. Another method the showrunners use to control Truman to stay in Sea Haven is to fabricate experiences that make life in Sea Haven seem perfect. His co-worker shows him a newspaper article reporting that Sea Haven is voted as the best place on Earth, and they make him watch the film Show Me the Way to Go Home.
A hymn of praise to small-town life, where we learn that you don't have to leave home to discover what the world's all about, and that no one is poor who has friends.
His best friend Marlin tells him that of all the places he'd traveled while working, none were as good as Sea Haven, praising the fabricated sunset in the distance.
Went all over. Never found a place like this, though. Look at that sunset, Truman. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Another of Goffman's theories was that of the presentation of self. He likened human interactions to a theatrical performance by an actor. Where the performance occurred was named the front stage, and where the performance could be rehearsed, as well as where the actor could relax, was named the backstage. This concept is extremely evident in The Truman Show, as we witness the distinct differences between Truman's front stage and backstage personas. His front stage presence is depicted by his interactions with his family, neighbors, and co-workers. Truman feels forced to maintain a positive, chirpy attitude throughout his everyday interactions in Sea Haven, by being extremely friendly with everyone he meets, often using quirky phrases and giving exaggerated smiles.
Good morning!
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
He rarely breaks this upbeat character in front of his peers, as he is continuously trying to conform to be this ideal community member. On the other hand, Truman's secret infatuation with his long-lost lover Sylvia, and more somber persona behind closed doors, expresses his backstage presence. Truman hides his sad longing for Sylvia by keeping a box of memories of her in his basement. The basement is a backstage place for Truman where he is fully relaxed. Here he is less socially controlled and is not inclined to perform as he would in front of others. The beach is also considered a backstage area for Truman. He dwells over his life here, dreaming of what his life could be like if he moved away. It is here Truman can individually ruminate on his past experiences without the judgment of others. To conclude, we can see The Truman Show provides valuable insight into the inner workings of individuals, especially regarding the how and why of their interactions. It allows us to see Goffman's concepts at work as Truman experiences the grand lie that is his life.